In this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips for getting a journal article that's behind a paywall. Hey everyone, this is Brian from the Grants and Publications YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today. You know, sometimes you need to read some literature before you can write your paper, right? You need to get some papers and read them, understand what's going on in the field. Maybe you need to get some methods. And so you have to collect a lot of papers. Now, if you're at a university, chances are that your library, your university library, subscribes to most of the journals that you need. But they probably don't subscribe to all of the journals that you need. And you go and try to get that paper, and you click on download PDF, and this message pops up, purchase this article, right? And the price to purchase the article, it might be $9, or I've seen it go up to $60. And that's really expensive. If you need, 5, 10, or 20 articles, it's just too expensive. So how do you get those articles? Or maybe you're not at a university at all, and so you don't have access to journals that are not open access. The first way that you can get a journal article only applies if you are a student, staff, or faculty at a university. So even if your university library does not subscribe to that particular journal, what you can do is contact the library and ask for an interlibrary loan, or ILL. That's what we call it here in the United States. And so what happens is when you request an interlibrary loan, your library has a network of other university libraries, and they'll put out a request for this article, and one of those other universities in the network will give it to your university, and then they will give it to you. Every university I've been affiliated with where I've used interlibrary loan, it has been free for me to get that article. Now the library has to pay their network, but that's built into their budget. So don't feel bad about when you make your request to say that you're not willing to pay for the article. That's perfectly normal. The second way that you can get an article that's behind a paywall is to go to ResearchGate. So go to ResearchGate, enter the title of the article, or enter one of the authors of the article. See if they have a page where they have uploaded a copy of that article. Now, a surprising amount of time when I've looked for an article that's behind a paywall, I found it on ResearchGate. If that author has a profile and they have not uploaded the paper you need, there's a button on ResearchGate where you can request the paper from the author. And so if you click that button, the author might provide it for you. They might not, but that's a good way to ask for it. The third way that you can look for an article that's behind a paywall is Google. If you've tried Google Scholar and there's no PDF version of the article there, I just switch over to regular Google and I enter the title and search for it that way. And surprisingly, a lot of times I find the PDF just on regular Google because maybe some university has a repository where they've uploaded it. Maybe the author has a personal website where they've uploaded it. So regular Google has worked for me a lot of times when I need an article that's behind a paywall. The fourth method that you can try to get that article that's behind the paywall is to go to PubMed. Search for it on PubMed. If it's a biomedical related topic, chances are you'll find the article on PubMed. And if that article was published using funds from NIH research, then it's required to be made public, and there will be a copy of it on PubMed. Tip number 4.5, this is related to that, look on JSTOR. That's JSTOR. This is a nonprofit organization that has thousands, tens of thousands of articles archived, and you might find the one that you need on JSTOR. Method number 5 has worked for me a lot of times. And this is just simply emailing one of the authors, either the first author or the last author, or whoever's the corresponding author. So whoever is the corresponding author has been designated to do the correspondence with whoever needs to correspond about that article. I'll just write a simple email to the author saying, "Dear Dr. X, I am doing research on topic Y, and I came across your paper," list the title of it, "during my research, but I cannot get a copy of it because my library or I don't have a subscription to that journal. Could you please provide a preprint in the form of a PDF? Sincerely, Brian Waters." Now, when I send that email, almost every time, the author will send me a copy of the paper because they want their work to go out. They know that the more people that read their paper, the more people that will cite their paper, and that gives it more impact. So simply contacting the author a lot of times will get you that PDF that you need. All right, tip number 6 is coming up, and then I actually have a bonus tip for you. Tip number 6 is to crowdsource it. So if you are on social media, chances are you have friends that are also scientists, and maybe you have friends all over the world that are scientists. So put it out on Twitter, put it out on LinkedIn, put it out on Facebook saying, "Hey friends in my network, I need this paper. Here's the title, here's the citation information. Can somebody please send it to me?" And it probably will pay off. Somebody will be able to send that paper to you. Time for the 7th idea. But before I get to that, I have a request for you. If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos about scientific writing topics, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have questions or topics that you would like to see discussed, you can leave those in the comments, and I will try to get to those and make a video on it. All right, the last one, I really don't want to call it a tip, but I feel like I need to mention this method anyway. And it is Sci-hub. It is a pirated PDF website. Personally, I never have used it. Whether you want to use it or not, I'm going to leave up to you. You might not get in trouble, but you might get in trouble for violating copyright laws by downloading this pirated material. You'll have to think, can I cite the paper just by reading the title and the abstract? Maybe that's enough for you to go ahead and cite the paper. All right, thanks for joining me today. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and most of all, happy writing.